Shalom, this is G-Mess on Let's Sit Downs coming back with a lesson. First off and foremost, like always, we want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahar Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and that rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect out there that's spreading this word of sincerity and in truth all over the four corners of the earth. It's the brother Tazawah Shah coming back with a lesson. Today's topic is gonna be, we in this truth don't fear death. Because when you're in this truth, you ain't supposed to fear death, man. You ain't supposed to fear death, because death actually means salvation unto you, man. And I spoke about this last night, meditated upon it, and we ain't supposed to fear death, man. You know? That's why Matthew chapter 10 verse 28 should be manifested in us also, which that scripture speaks about. Don't fear man that can kill you now, but fear the Most High that can kill the soul and the body in hell. That's is manifested when you are rooted in when you are rooted in this truth, man. The only thing you will fear is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You will fear no man. Because if that man takes away your life, that is salvation unto you, man. And that's something to realize. And the thing is, the men that were at Thessalonica, the Israelites that were being taught at Thessalonica, they was ignorant of this thing, man. Because they thought they had to live in order to receive salvation. But that's not the case. That's not what it is about. If you die in this truth, then you will be the first, man, up in the chariots, up in the clouds. Which the chariots, the clouds that the Bible speaks about, are the so-called UFOs. Because there are some dumbass niggas out there that claim that they are not the chariots, that they are not the UFOs of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know? So just to put that out there, I'm not gonna go into it. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord's willing, you know, I will do it another time, or maybe later today, but not now. I want to make this point, because the understanding of knowing that death means salvation, the understanding of knowing that when you die in this truth, you will be the first up in those chariots, that is a rejoicing in itself, man. And that takes away the fear of death. Better yet, saying the sting of death. Now let's go into the scriptures, man. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep. The sleep represents the death. Don't be ignorant concerning the brothers that died already in this truth, man. Don't be ignorant of them. That ye sorrow not. Don't think that they cannot receive salvation anymore. Don't think that, yeah, it's done for them. They did all this work for nothing, and now they passed on to the other world, and salvation is basically not for them. No, that's ignorance, man. That's being ignorant of a matter. And this is the matter. When you die, you will be the first up into those clouds, man. You will be the first up into those chariots. That ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. Don't become like, okay, now there's no hope because brothers is dying or brothers going up to the spirit world. No, don't be like one that has no hope at all, man. Because if you are ignorant, that's why, man, sometimes this goes into another thing, man, but sometimes you gotta humble yourself. Well, most of the time you gotta humble yourself, and especially when you're new in this truth, because maybe in the world you knew it all, but now you come in the truth, and when you get put in your place and you say no, that's not right, and then you get a scripture thrown at your head, man. Humble yourself down, man, because you don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes you gotta humble yourself down, because there might be a scripture that will cut the shit out of you. You see? And the same is it with this thing. Don't be like one that has no hope, man, because you don't know what the scriptures say. You know, and that's the spirit wherein the Apostle Paul came to the brothers in Thessalonica. Y'all don't know what the scriptures say. Y'all don't know what has been prophesied and said and shown in a vision to the Apostle Paul. Reading on, verse 14. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him. So even the ones that sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him, man. For this we say unto you by the word of Yahushua. So it's by the word of Yahushua. Yahushua spoke this thing, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. And if we look up the word prevent,
Strong's G 5348. Fathano.
Which means to come before, precede, anticipate, to come, to arrive at, to reach, attain to. So to arrive before. We are not going to arrive before the brothers that died in this truth in the chariots, man. The brothers is going to be in the chariots already. You know? We are not going to prevent them. We are not going to come before them. We're going to come after them. So that, like I said, that means salvation, man. We are living in hell right now. We are living in hell right now. What more is there to rest from these things, man? Rest is something to rejoice about, and being in the spirit world and having rest from all this hell that is around us. It's not bad, man, because you will be up in the chariots the first, man, with the other brothers that died. So that is actually deliverance, man. That is deliverance from the condition, which is the hell that we are living in, man. So it says, verse 15, for this we say unto you by the word of Yahushua, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. But then the scripture says another thing. The scripture says, blessed is the man that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So we don't desire that, but we don't fear that neither. You know, we don't desire that, but we don't fear that neither. You know, we are not some Amos or suicidal people that feel like dying. No. We are dying in itself, even though nothing happens to us. Our body dies every day. And mentally, we die every day too, because we're getting sick and tired of this fucking kingdom, man. But spiritually, we grow every day, man. Spiritually, the scripture says, man, though the outward man... Let me grab that real quick. Second Corinthians chapter 4 verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, our body is getting older, our body is getting weaker. Esau spraying the chemtrails, Esau doing all kinds of shit out there that makes us weak. It says, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Which the inward man is the spirit, man. The spirit that of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that's upon you, man. It's getting stronger and stronger. That's why it's also good to fast, man. And I always explain it like this. On your right shoulder you have the angel. On your left shoulder you have this little devil. Now this devil is in contact with your flesh, with your body. And this angel is in contact with your spirit. Now, if you weaken your body, if you weaken your flesh by fasting, not eating, not drinking, this devil becomes weaker. And that angel on your right shoulder doesn't even have to become stronger, because it is stronger in itself when the other is weaker. So you become more spiritual. You become more tolerant for the things that these demons trying to do with you. You know? So our outward man perisheth, and that's what you're supposed to do spiritually too, by fasting. Yet the inward man is renewed day by day. You know? So we growing by the Spirit. We learning more. And this is also something that some brothers need to learn, man. That there shouldn't be no fear of death, man. You should just do the things that are required of you, and keep it moving, man. And whatever happens, happens. That's why the scripture says, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Why do you have to prepare your soul for temptation? You don't know what's gonna happen, man. You don't know what lot the Most High has prepared for you, and what things the Most High has prepared for you to go through. But the point is, we are not gonna come before the brothers that die in this truth, man. We're not gonna reach into the chariots before them. They're gonna be the first ones up, man. Verse 16. For Yahushua shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. So the dead in Yahushua, the brothers that are dead in Yahushua, they are going to rise first. And this also shows you this scripture, you know, because some people might say it's talking about the sleep. It doesn't say death, it says asleep, them which are asleep. Well, you are ignorant of this thing too, because that asleep represents the death, man. And it tells you that right here in verse 16, man. And the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. So it's talking about this same exact topic constantly, but it just uses the word sleep, because death represents sleep, man. Sleep represents death. And Yahushua spoke about it when the little girl, they said the little girl is dead, and he said she's just asleep. She's just asleep. You see? Verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. What do the clouds represent? The chariots, man. We which are alive and remain shall be received in the clouds, which are these chariots, man. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them. With who? The men that died in this truth, man. In the clouds, to meet Yahushua in the air. And so shall we ever be with Yahushua. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. And that's important, man, to comfort one another with these words, man. You know, so through the Spirit, you know, I'm doing that right now, Yahweh Ratazah, by pushing out this video, man. Because the sting of death ain't supposed to be a sting unto the man of the Lord, man. Let's go into that. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. So not everyone, we just read what sleep represents, man. We shall not all sleep. We shall not all die, but we shall all be changed. So we are all going to be changed in the kingdom. To make it into the kingdom, you need a new body. This body that we have right now is corruptible. It can become sick. It's weak. It has infirmities. It has sin. It's full with sin. Your body desires fleshly lusts that are contrary to the scriptures. It's chains of darkness, man. Like the scriptures like the scripture in Jude 1:6 refers to it. Chains of darkness, man. These bodies. So we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. We are going towards the last trump, man. The last trump is when these missiles hit and the chariots pop up and Yahushua descends from heaven with the shout, what we just read, and the men of the Lord are being raised up into the clouds, that's when we shall be changed, man. And it's not gonna be no surgical experience. No, it's gonna be you blink your eyes and you have a new body, man. And not no body that's weak, not no body that gets sick, man. No, an extraterrestrial body, a superhuman body, man. That's what we gonna get in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So the dead are gonna be raised incorruptible. The dead are gonna be changed too, and they're gonna be up in the chariots first. Now we are dead to this world too. So spiritually, we are dead to this world, because what did Yahushua say? He that gaineth his life shall lose it. So he that lives in this world and is all about this world and to live now, that person is gonna lose it, meaning he's gonna die in the times to come. But he that loseth his life for my name's sake shall receive life eternal. So, roughly paraphrasing, so the men of the Lord that are in this truth, they are already dead. They are dead to this world, but we are alive in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The point is, and we shall be changed. Changed into what? These extraterrestrial bodies. Verse 53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. We must become immortal, man. We must become immortal. We are gonna receive immortality, man. Immortality. That means not to die, man. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Because we ain't gonna die no more. There's not gonna be no death no more for the man of the Lord, man. They're gonna be immortal. So it says, verse 55, O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Let's look up that word sting, man. Because that's the thing that's gonna depart away from us, man. That sting. It says, a sting as that of bees, scorpions, locusts, since animals wound by the sting and even cause death. Salakia. Paul attributes death, personified as a sting, and that's the truth, man. So, O death, where is thy sting? Where is thy power, the thing whereof we die? We are not able to die no more. Immortality. So death, where is thy sting? And that sting is uncomfortable, man. So the point I'm trying to make is mentally death shouldn't be a sting unto you already. This sting, this hurt, this pain of death, this fear of death ain't supposed to be there already, man. Being in this truth, there ain't supposed to be no sting for you, man, mentally. Because death represents salvation. Death represents being up in the clouds with Yahushua, man, with the man that died in this truth, waiting for the other brothers to come, man. Which is a blessing, man. Not saying we desire that, but we shouldn't fear that on that level, man. We shouldn't fear that. And then when the kingdom is come, death is not gonna have power over us no more, man. That's when the real sting of death has passed away. But the mentally sting of death is supposed to be gone already, man. We don't fear death, you know. So with that, I'm gonna say, Kal Alayim Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Hey, wait, man. As a matter of fact, no, I was done. Salakia. Hey, Salakia. Kal Alayim Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Stay strong, Akyam, and stay in the spirit, man. We almost out of here. Shalom.